What's going on? Today I want to talk about how to live your ideal self-improvement lifestyle. So first, I think you have to determine what kind of habits from self-improvement you want to include in your everyday life. I think that's a very good first important step. And you can't really do that without trying some of those habits, right? So I wouldn't just say, if I've never meditated before, I'm not going to just say, oh, I think meditation's going to be perfect for me. I think it needs to be part of my everyday schedule. And while meditation, I do think is beneficial would benefit most people, for some people it just doesn't work. And I don't mean that, if you try it a few times and it doesn't work, that you should just give up on it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you should give it a couple tries and see if it's something you could see yourself doing or enjoy doing or want to get better at. And then that's when you decide you want to improve upon it and add it to your daily routine. Because why would you want to include some habit that, one, either doesn't help you personally, two, isn't enjoyable at the same time, and three, just isn't promoting anything good out of your self-development journey just because everybody else is doing it, right? So do things that work for you. So first you have to determine what those things are by trying them out. Same thing with something like, cold showers or something. I think cold showers are great. And I even honestly forgot that it was a whole self-improvement habit because I've just been doing it for so long, and then it's just kind of natural to me. I don't have it on my habit tracker where I'm oh, I need to take a cold shower every day, because it's just whenever I take a shower, it's going to be cold. But not sorry to flex or anything. That wasn't meant to be a flex. But that's where you're trying to go. That's the end goal, right? We'll keep that in mind for the rest of the video, is that you want to make it so that you don't necessarily have to have it on a habit tracker and check it off to make sure you're doing it every day. You just want to make it a part of your lifestyle, so then it's not some magical thing where you're oh, I need to keep this streak going or something like that, where it's just no, it's just part of my life now. So keep that in mind. That's the end goal. That's how we want to live your ideal self-improvement lifestyle, right? And then so now that we have the habits that you want to ultimately end up with or do daily, and try not to make it extremely overwhelming and not have 70 different habits that you want to do and every single day in your ideal schedule, because that might not be the most beneficial. You want to focus on a few key areas, and that might give you the best chances of success. So instead of having 6 habits, right, on my habit tracker right now, I think I have 6 different things. So I have exercising, which that one's also basically a part of my everyday routine, but I throw it on there anyways. So exercising is one, reading is another one that I want to do every single day, journaling. What else do I have on there? Practicing Spanish, and I have coding, and I think that might be it. So I have 5 different habits on there. So if I started from ground zero, right, and I have done none of those things a day in my life, or I've tried them out here or there, and I was oh, okay, these are kind of things that I'd want to focus on getting better at and including in my self-improvement journey, then I have these 5 things picked out, right? And then you have them. I wouldn't necessarily add them all to a habit tracker all at once. I'd focus on one thing at a time, right? Because the common approach that people are going with are they throw all their habits that they want to do on a habit tracker, and then they have their checklist in front of them so they can see whether or not they've been hitting those goals. And then since it's their very first time trying to approach these goals or trying to do these habits, they're not going to do it every single day, right? You don't just automatically go into set a routine for yourself. It's like saying you stick to a diet all the time. Nobody sticks to a diet 100% of the time, especially when it's their very first time trying to manage their nutrition, right? So instead, what we're going to do is try to focus on one thing at a time, taking things a little bit slower than you would instead of just like diving right into it, right? So we're gonna have to do that in order to kind of set up a good foundation. So first, you just want to focus on one habit. So maybe like trying to exercise every single day. That's going to be the main goal, is to just get outside, exercise once a day, or like lift or whatever you want to do. And so if we're doing that, then once you kind of get the momentum built up and you kind of realize that you can exercise or do this self-improvement habit at least once a day, then, and you have it like kind of going and you have the momentum, like I said, then you're gonna want to include another habit. So then you can make sure that you're not just, stagnating on this one thing. And then, another part of this is building out your time and managing your time well, because how are you going to try to have time to add all these new habits to your daily routine if you don't even make time for it, right? And so if you have them on your daily checklist of things that you want to get done, but then you don't ever have time to do them, then you're just going to be staring at empty check boxes, and then you're going to get depressed and you're going to wonder why self-improvement isn't working for you. So I think that's the key factors, is just trying to add up and accumulate these habits in succession, rather than trying to do it all at once and just saying, oh, these are all my habits that I want to do every single day. I'm sure it could work for some people, and I think that's kind of how I started, is I just tried to do a whole bunch of the habits all at once. But I don't think that's the best method, and that's not the approach that I would take if I was starting over again from ground zero, because I think it doesn't really promote much positive reinforcement if you see a lot of empty check boxes, because you set out all of these goals for yourself, you're a little overwhelmed, and then you didn't schedule out time in your day to include even one of those things. So then you just stare at these empty check boxes, and then you're wondering why you can never meditate, or you can never journal, or you never have time to exercise. Here's some helpful resources that I thought I'd include at the end of today's video. If you want to make a dynamic habit tracker in Google Sheets for yourself, or you just want to steal my template, click this video right here. And if you want to learn about a good approach in starting your new habits, definitely check out this video here. Thanks for watching. Stay on target. I'll see you next time.